Pascal Hardy here with Eternal Riders, and I'm standing now in Teahupoo Tahiti. Today on Wisdom for Life, we want to talk about power. Now, Teahupoo is more than a wave. It's actually a small village on the south side, all the way to the east of Tahiti, and the wave is named after the village. And the reason why I chose this spot is because Teahupoo is one of the most powerful waves in the world. It has actually a nickname, the jaw, the crushing jaw. And in Tahitian, we call it pu'ai, which means power. But it's an interesting wave, it's powerful, and that's why I want to use it today to bring you some wisdom on power. An interesting thing about power is that it's never sense or feel until there's a change or an impact that takes place. You see, when the waves are rolling out at sea, they don't seem like much. They seem insignificant in a sense. But not until does it hit the reef that the power is generated and the wave starts to unleash its power. And it needs to go through a change. Out at sea, it's just rolling by kind of unnoticed. But when it hits that barrier reef right here at Teahupoo, that's when the wave just becomes amazing to look at, amazing to sense, to hear, or to surf if you're able to surf that type of wave. But it's a very interesting because the power of God I want to talk to you about today is found in Romans chapter 1 verse 16, where it says, "I am not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power of salvation to those who believe." So God's word says that it's all powerful, but it doesn't seem like much. It seems insignificant, God's word, you might say, because you can't see it, you can't really sense it. But not until does it hit your heart, not until you realize who God is and the revelation of who God is, that you feel the power of God and that you give your heart to Him. That's when you actually feel His power. There has to be a change that takes place in your heart. You have to be open to receiving God's word because it is all powerful. And it's interesting that it's God that's created those waves in the reef. It's God that's creating you. And God has the power to change your life. And that's what the power of God is. It's a person that is blind that now can see. A person that is lost in its ways and now is found. That's really the most powerful thing that exists in life. A heart that is changed. A person that is completely transformed because of the gospel. So although it might seem insignificant, it is not. God's word, when it hits your heart, will transform you, will change you, and will cause you to experience the most powerful thing you've ever experienced in your life. Well, that's it for this time on Wisdom for Life. And remember that wisdom is a decision you take today that you won't regret later. Don't forget to watch the ER channel on YouTube /Eternal Riders. We'll see you next time.